Okay, shall we continue? I hope nobody had any doubts in the last lesson that was taken. Okay, if there's any doubt, you can just go through it and the notes that I've uploaded, and yeah, you can just text me on WhatsApp. Okay. So last class we saw that our body I just divided into three main parts. That is the top portion, the middle portion, and the lower abdomen region. Okay. Now we're going to see the important parts that is involved in the food that we eat. Okay. So let me just clarify it to you. We have many systems in our body. Okay. So listen carefully. So there are a lot of systems in our body. So like one important function that happens in our body is breathing. So what happens? Air goes through the nose, then it goes to the windpipe, and then it goes to the lungs. Okay, it goes to the lungs. And again from the lungs, back to the windpipe, and back to the nose. It's like it gains in oxygen, gives out carbon dioxide. This is how our body works, right? So this system where this whole process occurs, you know what the system is called? Anybody knows that?
Respiration.
Very good. The system is known as the respiratory system. Okay, I'll just first explain all the important systems in our body, but we are going to focus only on one system, okay? We have respiratory system. Now, again, another important function that happens in our body is once oxygen comes inside from our nose, what happens? It reaches all the blood cells in our body, okay? The oxygen only provides hemoglobin to our body. You know what is hemoglobin? What is hemoglobin? Anybody? Have you heard this term hemoglobin anywhere?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
Ma'am, hemoglobin is a iron-containing protein which gives our blood the red color.
Okay, very good. So this red color of the blood cells is because of the hemoglobin that is present. And this red color is present in our body only due to the presence of oxygen. Okay. If the hemoglobin or from the red blood cells, hemoglobin is also known as red blood cells or RBC. Okay. Whenever they take blood test for you, they check for your RBC. Okay. So this red color is because of the oxygen. So if this oxygen is removed, it will turn into a blackish blue color. Okay. Have you seen dead bodies? When they left for a long period of time, they turn blackish blue. It's why? It's because there is no oxygen giving and happening inside the body. There's no supply of oxygen in the body. Okay. So it will reach the red blood cells. And where are the red blood cells formed? It is formed by our heart. Okay. So this heart doesn't actually look like a human heart, but it looks something like this. We have two separate canals for the heart. Okay. So this is how the actually human heart looks like. Okay. So what will happen? It will, once it gains in oxygen, it will pump the blood. Pumping of blood is done by the heart. You know that, right? It pumps the blood, and this, it reaches all parts of body. The blood will reach all the parts of our body. Okay. And again, all the bad blood, that is the deoxygenated blood, the blood without oxygen, once we enrich with carbon dioxide, again that blood will go back to the heart. It will get purified again. Purification, oxygen is given, and again the cycle occurs. Okay. Do you know what this system is known as? Anybody?
Circulatory system.
Very good. This is known as the circulatory system. Okay. The pumping of blood that is taken over by the heart is known as the circulatory system. Just a minute, guys. My stylus is out of charge. Just give me 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, guys. Okay, so I'll just, unless my stylus just charges, I'll just show you the images. Can you see how many veins we have in our body? Our body is full of veins. On all these, the blue vein over here is the deoxygenated blood. That is the carbon, the blood that has carbon dioxide, and the red one is the one that has oxygen. So this is actually the how the circulation occurs, because oxygen is given only by the lungs, right? So this oxygen, what happens? You can look at the pulmonary artery. You need not study all that you learn in the higher grades, but just look at it. Okay. So this oxygen, it is given from the lungs to your heart. The heart pumps this blood, and you can see the capillaries. The capillaries is where the deoxygenated blood and the oxygenated blood is there. It actually doesn't mix up together. Okay, our body is like specially built for it not to mix up together. 1 minute. All of them should have 4 numbers. Of probably so many times. Again wrong. Do again. So yeah, so from there again, this capillaries carries deoxygenated blood. See, once what happens, once when we eat something, when you're getting a chocolate, okay, just that chocolate is oxygen, for example. Okay, once you eat the chocolate, you're throwing away the wrapper, right? That is the deoxygenated blood. So what happened? This wrapper will again, it's plastic, it will again be recycled, and it will be used for another chocolate wrapper. Okay, that is again how oxygenated blood comes to your body. Same like that, how, like that is how your heart functions. So your the oxygen is coming up fresh by the heart, and again it is used by all parts of the body, and again the waste that is collected from all parts of the body is sent back to the heart, and from the heart back to the lungs, and from the lungs back out of our nose. That is how we send out the carbon dioxide. And again, oxygen comes inside the lungs, goes to the heart, then to the rest of the body. So this is how the circle occurs. Okay, so this is circulatory system. Then you have the, what system to discuss? Respiratory system. Respiratory system. Yeah, this is how the respiratory system is. Okay, so have you noticed when you breathe in, your stomach gets bigger, and you breathe out, your stomach gets small? This is because of the diaphragm. You can see over here, it's written diaphragm, it's written over here in the down portion. Okay, that is actually spelled as diaphragm. Okay, so what happens? First, from this tube, that is the trachea or the windpipe, from there the oxygen comes inside, and then from the, it will go inside your lungs, and each lung, you can see like a root, there is a structure. Okay, those roots are the veins. Okay, so they are known as bronchus. Okay, so inside the bronchus, at the end of every bronchus, there is small grape like structure which is called the alveoli. Okay, these are known as the air sacs of the body. Okay, so inside this air sac, all the air is getting inside, all the oxygen is getting inside, and from there only it goes to your uh, heart for the circulatory purpose. So this air, what will happen, it will gather, and from there it will go to the rest of the body. Okay, and that is why we have blood in all parts of the body. And again, same thing, deoxygenated blood will come back to the alveoli and back outside our nose. This is how the respiratory system works. Then we have, what are the systems do you know? Come up with another than the systems. What are the other systems you know? Guys, hello? Hello? What are the other systems you all know? Anubhav, can you tell me?
Ma'am, excretory system.
Okay, excretory system. Okay, very good. Very good, Anubhav. What else is there? Kritvik, why don't you try another system?
Uh,
Tell me, Varshit, is it from this class? Varshit, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm there.
Why don't you try? There's so many other systems, excretory system. We have the nervous system. We have the digestive system. What are the systems? Nervous system itself, we have two. We have CNS and PNS. CNS means central nervous system. PNS means peripheral nervous system. What are the systems? So many other systems. Why? You can easily tell me. You have skeletal system. Then you have lymphatic system. These are all like bigger terms. Okay. So lymphatic system, it goes like that. Okay. So today we'll be focusing on the digestive system, from how our food gets inside our body to how it leaves our body. Okay. So this excretory system is what? Only urination and feces and all will take care. Lymphatic system is fully about your kidney. Okay. And skeletal system is your bones. Yeah, we've almost pretty much covered all the systems. Central nervous system is the system that is central to your body, which involves what are the two important parts of a body which we cannot survive with? What are the two important parts of a body we cannot survive with? It's an internal organ. Come all, don't tell me. Tell me.
Ma'am, are the lungs?
Lungs. Okay. Other than that, it is the top most important system. What is it?
Ma'am, brain.
Brain. Very good. So the brain. Okay. After the brain, you have the spinal cord. Without the spinal cord, you won't be even able to walk. You know that, right? Walk, bend, you can't do anything. So you just have to like sit in one place. You can't move any of your hands or legs. Okay. You become paralyzed. So the central nervous system involves your brain and your spinal cord. Okay. And PNS is all the other systems. Okay. So nervous system means what? It basically gives you the senses. You're able to touch, you're able to feel heat, you're able to feel cold, you're able to smell, you're able to see. So all your nerves, I already showed you the nerves that is there for the whole body, right? We saw the nervous system clearly. Like look at the circulatory system itself. So you can see how many nerves are there, the whole body, the blue and red, that is all the nerves in our body. So one nerve cuts also, you won't, that part won't function. Okay, that part won't function, not exactly function, that won't, you won't feel anything in that part. Okay, so only all your senses is controlled by this nervous system, which is very, very important system in our body. Okay, so now let's focus back to our digestive system. Okay, so first, I'm drawing the portion again. You have your nose, you have your mouth, and then you have your body. Okay, yeah, that will do. Okay, so the food first goes inside your voice is breaking. Come again.
It goes into the mouth.
It goes inside your mouth, right? So here you have like two divisions. One is for the air to pass, and one is for the food to pass. Okay, so that is connected to your nose. You can clearly see over here to the nose, and one is connected to the mouth. Okay, so and you also have all your teeth, your tongue, and all that. Okay, so this portion is known as, I'll just mention it by highlighting it, maybe you'll understand better. Okay, this portion is known as the The highlighted portion alone, okay, it's called as the buccal cavity. Okay, you won't say it as mouth anymore because you're not kids. You're in 7th grade. Okay, the more grades you go, the more complicated your words become. Okay, so they are known as the buccal cavity. So what does the buccal cavity contain? What are the things in the buccal cavity? You have the teeth. What else is there?
Tongue.
Tongue. Then once food gets inside your mouth, what happens inside your mouth? Now, for example, you're having a biscuit. What happens to the biscuit?
Ma'am, the biscuit first will be chewed by our teeth and then will be mixes with salivary glands.
Salivary. So it doesn't mix with salivary gland, it mixes with saliva. Okay.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
saliva is secreted by the salivary gland. Okay, so that also comes under your buccal cavity. Okay, so these are the most like 3 important parts of the buccal cavity. You have your teeth, tongue, and your salivary gland. Okay, so what happens first? The food, once it gets inside your mouth, the salivary gland secretes saliva, which mixes with your food, and your teeth breaks down the food into simpler substances, and it makes into a football. Not football, football. Okay, so this football involves your food. It has saliva, it has water, it has all that. Okay, it's like a ball. This football is known as bolus. Okay, don't take notes now, listen carefully. Okay, it's called as bolus. Okay, so once it enters your foot pipe, this foot pipe, I think I drew it too big. Okay, so this pipe where the food enters is called as the, anybody knows the name? The scientific
Trachea.
trachea is for air.
Ma'am, esophagus.
Esophagus, very good. Okay, it's called as the esophagus or the food pipe. Okay, and the region where the oxygen gets inside the body, so inside your nose, okay, that part is known as, this region is known as the windpipe or trachea. All right. So in the first chapter, we saw that the plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis, but animals cannot. Yeah. So animals, what do? They get their food from the plants directly or indirectly by eating the plants or by eating the animals that eat the plants. Okay. So some animals, they eat both plants and animals, and they are known as, some animals eat both plants and animals. They're known as
Ma'am, omnivorous.
omnivorous. Okay, so we know all the organisms that is omnivorous and all. Okay, so animal nutrition, it includes nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food, and it is utilization by the body. So this whole digestive system, why is digestion occurring in our body? First of all, why should digestion occur in our body? To gain
energy.
To gain dash, what is it? To gain
Energy. Energy. Nutrition.
not energy, nutrition. Very good. So to gain nutrition only. So again, what is nutrition? What did we see? Nutrition is the
Takes in and utilization of
taking in and utilization of food. Okay, so this is what happens completely in all the animals. Okay, it's a mode of taking enough food and a utilization in the body. Okay, so all these components of food, such as carbohydrates and all of these, are very complex substances. They're not very simple substances. So these complex substances, they cannot be used directly. Okay, if we're eating a biscuit, we can't just swallow the biscuit, right? We need to break it down for easy consumption. Okay, so this concept we saw somewhere in the first lesson. What concept is that? Let me see who's the intelligent kid over here.
Nitrogen. Nitrogen is here for ease consumption.
It is broken by which bacteria?
Rhizobium.
Very good, Kritvik. Okay, so similarly, that is what happens in our body, but here we don't have the bacteria. It is our mouth doing the process. Okay, so these complex substances cannot be utilized directly. So they are broken down into simpler substances, and the breakdown of complex components fit into simpler substances is known as digestion. Okay, so what is digestion? It is the breaking down of food to simpler substance. But this is just one line. Okay, I want you all to gather more information. So this will be homework for you. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to say what are the different ways of taking enough food. So the mode of taking food into a body, it is different for every organism. So it's not only animals, doesn't involve only us, because this lesson is completely about nutrition in animals. It's not nutrition in humans, right? So different animals, they take in a different way. Okay, these these bees and all these birds and all that, hummingbirds and all, they take nectar from the plants. Infants of human beings and many other animals, we feed on mother's milk. Snake and all, what do? They just swallow the animal just like that without even biting it. They just swallow it directly. So some aquatic animals, they have tiny food particles, right? That float and all. We feed fishes, right? So that is how it occurs. So different organisms have different modes of nutrition. Okay. So there's this fun fact that is given in your textbooks. Starfish feeds on animals covered by hard shells of calcium carbonate. After opening the shell, the starfish pops out its stomach through its mouth to eat the soft animal inside the shell. The stomach then goes back into the body and the food is slowly digested. So how does the starfish eat? Means the starfish has its stomach inside the body. Okay, so starfish also only eats animals that has shell. What are the animals that has shell?
Tortoise.
Tortoise. Then we have crab.
Snails.
Snails, but you can't find them in the ocean. But yeah, snails are there. Then you also have. Sorry, did you say something?
Ma'am, I said crabs.
Yeah, crabs also, because crabs also have a hard shell, right? So lobster, all of them have hard shell. So what does the starfish do? It puts its stomach outside its body. It will capture the shell, the fishes that has shell, and it will digest the uh, it will like remove the shell from the body, and it will eat the soft body that is inside, and it will take the animal back inside. Okay. Do you want to see how the nutrition occurs? You want to see a video, or should we continue? Do you want to see a video, or shall we continue? Anubhav, tell me. You want to see video? We'll continue.
Ma'am,
Can't hear you. Class, someone tell me.
For example, I'll show a video.
Hey, that's eat like a sea star.
Okay, I'm so sorry. It is disgusting. I'll show you another video.
Hey, are you familiar with this beautiful creature? Yes, you're right. This is a starfish. These are also called sea star because these aren't really fish. Starfish are carnivore. It means they feed on other animals. And as they move very slowly, so they feed on only those animals who also move slowly. They usually feed on small prey like sponges, clams, oyster, coral, mussels, as they attach themselves on rocks and moves very slowly. Sea stars are very interesting marine animals and they have a very unusual way of eating. So while eating, they hold their prey with their arms and feet. Their feet have suction cups which help them to hold the prey tightly. Starfish hold their prey in that side of the body where feet and mouth are located. And if the prey has shell, like in case of oyster or mussels, they open it with the help of their feet. So, after removing the shell,
It's clearly given in the side. The cardiac stomach can extend out through their mouth. The stomach can come out through the mouth.
they extend their stomach out of their mouth. Sea stars have two separate stomachs.
Can you see that
The
flower kind of thing that is there near it? The white portion. That is the stomach that's coming out.
outer one is called the cardiac stomach and the inner stomach is called the pyloric stomach. And these both stomachs play different role in the digestive system. So, while eating, starfish take out his stomach and wrap it around the prey and
That is the
secrete the
stomach.
digestive juices. These digestive juices break down the prey. Next, it absorbs all the nutrients from the prey and pulls its stomach back. Now, the food goes to the inner stomach where the digestion is complete. Isn't this mode of digestion in starfish?
Okay, I hope it is clear. Is it understandable?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is how it occurs in digestion, like digestion occurs in starfishes. Okay, so I want, since I just explained showing a video, I want you to write it in description of how digestion occurs in starfish. Okay.
Is it a homework question?
Yeah, it's a homework question. Okay, so is the starfish herbivore, carnivore, or omnivore?
Carnivore.
Carnivore. Okay, it's clearly given in the video that it's carnivore. Okay. Okay. So back to the lesson. Now we're going to see digestion in human beings. Now we're coming to the main. Okay. So we take in food through our mouth. Okay, and then we digest it and then we utilize it. So the unused parts of the food are defecated. That means they are removed from our body. That is the part of the food that is unused. Okay, the unused part of the food is defecated. So the term, new word, defecation. I'll write all the keywords here. Okay, defecated means what? I just now told you defecation means what? It means excretion leaves your body. Defecate means removed from your body. Okay. So, have you ever wondered what happens to the foot inside your body? The foot passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity and it ends at the anus. The canal can be divided into various parts and compartments. Okay, this canal that we're talking about. So I'll just like show a brush up over this region. Look at my laser. So from here you have your foot pipe. In the foot pipe, the pipe only is going on. Okay, then the pipe makes your stomach, and oh shit. So again, you have your foot pipe. Pipe makes your stomach, and it makes your small intestine. It makes your large intestine. Makes your anus. So the whole red portion is the full pipe. Okay, this pipe is known as the alimentary canal. Okay, so your foot pipe, stomach, then your small intestine, large intestine, and anus. This whole canal is known as the alimentary canal. Okay, so where does alimentary canal start from? It starts from where? Sorry?
Ma'am, from the buccal cavity.
Very good. It starts from the buccal cavity and ends in
Ends in anus.
anus. Okay, so this alimentary canal is divided into 6 parts. Okay, let's see what it's being divided into. So the first part, definitely the start part, that is your buccal cavity. The buccal cavity, where does it go? Where does the pipe go to? Quickly, where does it go to?
Ma'am,
Where is
to
the-
the
To the
ma'am stomach.
before the stomach, where is it going?
Food pipe or esophagus.
Esophagus. Okay, so it goes to the esophagus. And third is your stomach. Out of the stomach,
Ma'am, small intestine.
Small intestine.
small intestine. Out of small intestine,
Large intestine.
Large intestine.
and finally your.
Anus.
This is how your food also passes through, and this is how your whole alimentary canal is divided into. Okay, okay, guys, just note all of this down. I just go break my fast and I'll come. Okay, I'll be in back in 15 minutes. Okay, and there's any doubt, just gather it and keep. I'll come back and I'll clear it for you. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, class, did you just note down everything? Did you have any doubt? Everything was clear to all of you all? Any doubt? Okay, I hope nobody has any doubt. So let's go to the continuation of the lesson. So this 6 parts of the elementary canal, we're going to see what happens in each part. Okay. Now we saw buccal cavity, the parts of the buccal cavity, what happens in the buccal cavity, the salivary glands will give the saliva and all that. Okay, this is what we'll be doing with every part of the elementary canal. All right, so these parts all together form the elementary canal. This elementary canal is also known as the digestive tract. Okay. All right, so the food components, what happens? They get digested as the food travels through various compartments. So what happens if this is the complex carbohydrate that you're consuming? Okay, once it goes to the esophagus, this is the complex food. This is a biscuit. Okay, it's a cookie that you're consuming. So what happens with the cookie? It's broken down